Hey, welcome back to another video. I have just finished work and I'm picking up Sophie from school again. I finished my things today a bit earlier and my hair's a bit of a mess because I've had a bloody beanie on all day because in Dunedin it's been a high of 4 degrees. Anyway, I wanted to let you in on a little thing that's been going on. So as you all know, 4 weeks ago I started at Mainfreight. When I started at Mainfreight, I had my full car licence and that's it. And I've been driving delivery vans, you know, the ones you can stand up in, like the courier vans, driving those around in a little 1-ton truck that you can drive on a car licence. And my goal has always been to drive the big B trains. You know, these are the ones that go from like Dunedin to, I don't know, Auckland, these sort of ones. And obviously it's going to take time to get to that stage, but that was my goal when I started at Mainfreight. When I went for the interview, they said, you know, what are you wanting to achieve? What's your 5-year plan? What's your da-da-da? And I said, well, this is what I want to end up doing. And I put my goal in motion within a week of being at Mainfreight. They pay for you to go through your licenses. The company pays for you if they believe that you're a candidate worth, I suppose, investing in. If they believe you're going to be there long term and you're going to stick it out with them, then they will train you and pay for you to go through your classes. So they approached me about 2.5 weeks ago and said, listen, we're really keen on getting you to do some longer drives from like Dunedin to Picton, which is 9 hours one way and 9 hours back, to Christchurch, which is 5 hours one way and 5 hours back. The drive from here to Christchurch and back is 1 day, but from Picton and back down to the ferry it's overnight, and they pay for your accommodation and stuff. They said, we feel like you're going to be, you know, around a long time. I'd only been there at this stage a week and a half, but I think they saw what I see. You know, I see in myself what I can achieve, what I want to achieve, and so I suppose they saw that too, and they offered to put me through my Class 2 licence, which is a truck licence, HT. So I said yes, and I'm no good at theory. I'm no good at studying. I'm good at practical, but with a HT licence, you've got to have your car. You have to have your full car licence for more than 2 years, and it has to be full, and no DIC convictions or anything like that. And I haven't got anything like that, but I have had my licence for over 2 years, obviously. So look, I said to them, listen, I'm not, and this is not me being funny. I said, look, I'm a little bit illiterate when it comes to writing and spelling and reading. I'm not the greatest, and I know I'm not, and that's just how I am as a person. Jason, the floor manager there, he's an awesome guy, and I said, listen, I'd love to go from HT, but you know, I'm a bit scared with the theory and the learning and the reading and stuff. The practical I'm not so scared about, even though the truck's quite big. And he said, listen, we'll take you through it, and I'll work you through it, and we'll spend 2 hours a day on it for 2 weeks, and then we'll put you through your Class 2, which is my HT. And I said, okay, cool. So I went home and I was going to tell Debbie and Ryan, and I decided not to. I decided that this is a thing that I need to do in my own head. Sometimes if I tell people what I'm going to do and this is my plan and this is what I'm doing now, it overwhelms me. So therefore I fucking get all confused and I start stressing, and I'm like, I got to do this now. I've got to pass this now. I've told everyone I'm going for it. I don't want to look like a loser, even though they wouldn't say I was a loser or treat me any different than I am. I don't want to fail. I hate failing, and I love to achieve these days. I love to go higher and higher and higher, and I want to achieve my goal, which is a B train. And I gave myself a certain amount of couple of years to achieve that in. Anyway, back to the topic. As I said, said nothing to anyone, and so I was going to work. I've been going to work for the last 3 weeks and doing my runs, and then in the afternoons I've been spending, and in the mornings I've been doing an hour of theory, and then in the afternoons an hour of theory with Jason, going through the rules, like, you know, like the speed of driving a truck on the open road, 3 ton and under is 90k not 100k like it is a car, and so on and so on. And so I've been learning all this, studying all this, and then like a car these days, you have to do a learner's a practical and a full. If you're over a certain age, which I am, and you've had a car license for a certain amount of years, which I have, you can do your written and then your practical all in one day, and go to a learner's, but a learner's where you can drive on your own. I'll explain in a minute. I've been doing this for two and a half weeks, and I said to Jason, I'm good, bro, let's get this underway. So we booked in for it's like a Ministry of Transport person that comes into Mainfreight, that Mainfreight pays for, and puts me through my theory. I went for my theory this morning at 7:30, had 25 questions to go through, and passed the whole 25. And I was like, fuck, I was so excited because I passed the part that I am not good at, but I was actually a lot better than I thought. And then the practical came out, so I had to hop in the truck, go for a drive around town, go up a certain hill, go backwards, parallel park this truck, turn this truck, go out to Mosgiel and back with the defensive driving guy. So I got given a truck from Mainfreight, did that. You're allowed 5 things wrong. I failed on 1. And the one thing I failed in is just when I turned the corner, I didn't come out enough to come in. I didn't do anything wrong, like nothing, didn't hit anything. I think they just said that I should have come out more and come in more, because trucks are a lot bigger and heavier and wider. So that was my one point I got taken off him. But apart from that, guys, I passed. So I've now got a Class 2 HT license. For the learners at the moment, so the rules are at the moment through Mainfreight is I can now drive on my own this truck. So like a car with the learners, you have to have somebody who's got a full license sitting beside you. In a truck you don't. But what I can't do is I'm not allowed to also you got the learners theory and practical for a car, and you've got to go so many months and so many months and so many months to pass. For the truck, because of my age and how long I've had my car license for, I've got a 3-month wait for learners right through to full. So I don't go to what's the car one, theory, practical or something. Anyway, I don't get that middle part. I go from learners to full within 3 months. That's because I'm using Mainfreight's trucks and their systems to go through it, and they're paying, so they know how to work it all. So what I am allowed to do is drive on my own, so I can drive anywhere I want on my own, but not outside of the South Island. So I had to drive within the South Island, so all the way from Picton to Bluff. So that's heaps. I don't go any further than that anyway. So I'm allowed to drive the whole of the South Island. I'm not allowed to take any passengers at all. I'll just have to be on my own. So if there was another person I had to go with me that I needed to help unload or load, I'd have to take a full Class 2 licensed driver with me. Otherwise, I have to go on my own. I can't take just a person without a truck license with me. I couldn't take my wife for a drive with me for 3 months. So there's certain things like that. I have to do a logbook now with the hours. On the back wheel, on the rim, there's a counter that tells you how many Ks you've done and stuff. You've got to work out all that. So it's a little bit more technical. The trucks are a little bit bigger. It is a manual, so it's not automatic. So I'm learning all the gears, but I'm loving it. So I let Debbie and Ryan know today that I passed it, and I wanted to keep that a secret. So if I failed, and I know this probably sounds a bit wanky to you, but if I failed, I would have said nothing, and then I would have gone for the test again in 2 weeks' time, and I would have kept going until I passed it. But it cost Mainfreight $1,000, by the way, to put me through that class, so it's not free. So out of respect for myself, wanting to go higher, I tried really hard with my learning and my theory, and out of I don't know, it's thankfulness or thanks or trust in Mainfreight, I also tried hard because obviously they pay for me to go through it, and you don't want to let down someone's putting $1,000 towards you getting further in your career. You don't want to let them down. Well, I don't anyway. So we've passed all that. We've passed the 2. So I've qualified, got my HT, and then so now I drive that truck around every day from now on. I did do 2 runs today. I did one to Pack and Save and one to New World in Dunedin, just to get the hang of. It's totally different. You can't see out the back window, so you have to use your mirrors, and you've got a reversing camera that comes on in the truck. So I'm a little bit slower. I probably do pay a few people off on the road, but I don't really care because I'm just taking my time. And then in 3 months' time, I automatically get my full HT and then I can put that onto my car license, which goes underneath, you know, your classes. And then I'm already booking in for the day after that to go for my class 3 license and my class 4 license. So that's just a truck over 3 ton, which is class 3, and class 4 with the truck over 3 ton and the trailer. And then after that I'll go for my class 5. Class 5 is exactly the same, truck trailer, but it means you can carry hazardous goods like fuel, you know, liquids, all that sort of stuff. So watch the space. I've now got my HT. I'm now in a truck, and I'm just going to jump the classes. So I'm put. I know it sounds bad, but I've put 2 years on myself to go for it, to have a B train to drive from South Island to the North Island. They've got runs that I want to do. I've set my mind on this one. You go from Dunedin to Christchurch, from Christchurch to Picton, from Picton to Hamilton, from Hamilton to Auckland, and then back. And you do that. It takes 3 days. 4 days and 3 nights, and that's what you do every week. I've got my mind and my heart set on that run, and Jason's like, that's your run, bro. If you want to do that run, that can be your run. You just got to get to that stage. I need a class 4, and I've worked out 3 months, and then I've got to do one, and it's got to wait 6 months. That's 9 months, and then it'll be Christmas, and that's 3 months where you can't do anything. That's 1 year, and then I've got to hold my class 4 for 1 year to be able to get to that class 5. So that's 2 years. So I'm banging them out, and I've got a plan. But that's my plan, and we'll see what happens. But thanks for watching. I just wanted to give you the update because I'm wrapped. I'm proud of myself again for achieving another goal in life and just moving up and up and up and up and further. And watch this space. Keep watching this channel because I'm going to end up showing you guys the different classes of tractors. Tractors. Geez, all these times wearing tractors. Trucks. So I'm going to be doing all the classes of licenses, and eventually I'll be putting the camera in the truck and taking you along for a drive when I go down to Oamaru or Queenstown or Christchurch or Picton or something. So I'm glad you liked the video. I hope you did. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more of me driving the truck, or more views of outside the truck, or anything you want to see, and I'll try to make it when I've got some time. All right guys, hope you have a good day and you stay bloody warm. Cheers.